thank you very much for being here. We've got a couple more people that are going to filter in, but I want to get started just to not hold you guys up and keep us on time. So again, thank you for being here. Of course, this is Reborns with Reasons with founder Jamie Beebe. We're very glad to have her here. And you guys online are not here in person, but we will show you and like put the babies right up to the cameras. They are amazing with how they look. Most of you know me. Of course, there's a couple of you on the screen that are not very familiar with me. I know you guys are gonna be like, I've heard this spiel before, but my name is Mary Ann Shelb, and I am the Business Development Director for the campus here at JGS Life Care. We have a 23-acre campus, which is up on the screen right now. Everybody can see the screen. We're good, right? This hybrid model, it's kind of interesting to make sure everybody can see what I'm showing. But we've got 23 acres. We've got everything from a long-term care to independent living, right? As well as including up to and including hospice. So we've got the Levitt Family Jewish Home, which is our 24-hour skilled nursing home, which, by the way, I need to put it on here. We just got, we reestablished our 5-star rating. So we are 5-star not only at the nursing home, but also on the 2 rehabs, which is the Sawson Center for Rehabilitation, the only greenhouse model of care in Western Mass, as well as Northeast Specialty, which is a orthopedic specialty, cardiac, trauma, respiratory, and pulmonary. So we're very glad to have them on staff as well. We're in an adult day health. So an adult day health program, say if you are living at home and you have mom or dad living with you, but you still go to work, maybe this is a safe place to put them and bring them. And we've even got transportation while you're working, and then they could be dropped off or you could pick back up. And then of course, Spectrum Home Health and Hospice. So we care for folks in the community and or at a place. So this is Ruth's House Assisted Living. We could actually care for them in an assisted living setting, in an independent living setting or community, as well as follow them to a long-term care setting if they're on hospice. And then of course, we've got independent living. As beautiful as they look on the inside, on the outside, they look the same on the inside. If you've never seen them, if you'd like a tour, let me know and I could arrange that. They are beautiful, independent, and subsidized living right here in Long Meadow. And then of course, we've got Ruth's House Assisted Living right here on Converse Street. You can't see it from the road. We're set back against the woods. For those of you who are not here, we've actually got, you'll see the waterfall in the picture, which of course here isn't running. You've got the photo of it because we're closing it out for winter, of course, so the pipes don't freeze, but it's a great setting. This is on our garden level, which is our memory level, which we can keep completely secure without actually it looking like people are fenced in because of all the landscaping. So it's a really beautiful campus. If you guys later, if nobody's toured Ruth's house itself, I think everybody here has, but it's a great place to be and not only to live, but to work as well. Let's see. So, all right. So I'm going to stop sharing here because we're not up to Q&A yet. So I'm going to stop sharing. All right, and there we go. We've got everybody there. So now what I want to do is I am going to turn it over to you, Jamie, and you can tell a little bit about what you do and why you do it.
Okay. So I'm not great at public speaking, so I have my what I'm going to read here and share, some information with you guys. So I'm Jamie Beebe. I'm the founder of Reborns with Reasons, which is a volunteer doll therapy program. In January 2023, I will be becoming officially an LLC. So stepping up the game.
Everybody online, can you hear her? Well, not really. You know what? You could take your mask off if you're okay with that. Yep. Okay. So do a test 1, 2, 3.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Better? Is it better without the mask? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. So, a little over 5 years ago, I discovered something that I've become so passionate about. I discovered that my own love for dolls somehow became about other people's happiness. An inanimate object that would bring so much joy to the seniors I began visiting in assisted living facilities, skilled nursing homes, and those at home on hospice. My reborn dolls do not only give these people a sense of purpose, but I in turn had also found my new purpose. I'll never forget the day that I took my very first steps into a nursing home holding a reborn doll. I felt both excited and nervous, not knowing what to expect. Would I be laughed at, called crazy? Would I be turned away? A 40-something-year-old woman holding a doll showing up on the doorstep of a nursing home isn't something you see every day. But what I witnessed that summer day of 2017 and every other visit since will forever be burned into my heart. What started off as something so small has blossomed into something I would have never imagined. So,
George, come on in, grab a salad, have a seat. Nice to have you.
so when I first, I got into reborn dolls because I've always loved dolls. And so I bought one. And when I received it in the mail, I could not believe how realistic, not only did it look, but it felt. They're weighted like real babies. So I started researching the therapy piece of it. And some people are just collectors. Some people who can't have children or have lost children will get these dolls. People who suffer from anxiety or depression will get these dolls. And then I read about the Alzheimer's piece. And it really just intrigued me. So that's when I showed up on the doorstep of a facility. And the very first resident I met, we'll call her Annette. She was standing there just looking at me holding one of my dolls, and she didn't say anything. And so I looked over at her and I said, "Would you like to hold the baby?" And she just nodded without saying a word. So she took the baby from me and immediately started rocking and patting the baby's bottom. So then the staff says, "Would you like to go show your friends?" So again, without saying a word, Annette went off in and out of all the different rooms of the facility, showing off this baby. And as we got to the end of the corridor and we're leaving the final room, Annette stops and she turns and looks at me in the doorway with the biggest smile, and I will just never forget it. And she said, "This is like Christmas." And I turn and I look, and the staff, there's 2 staff members of me, are crying, literally pouring tears. And I kind of was like, "What is happening? What's going on?" And they said, "Annette doesn't speak." And that was it. That was my, oh, wow, this is definitely got to be something. And that's how I got started. And I just knew from then it was going to make a difference, you know, for not only Annette, but for everyone else that I came in contact with. So I started visiting that one facility, and then I added on another, and then I started attending the Alzheimer's walks. And you know, brought a baby with me to that, and that drew a lot of attention, and I've just grown from there. So now I visit quite a bit of facilities.
That's awesome.
So many will ask, how are the dolls therapeutic for those with Alzheimer's? There are many ways that dolls can be therapeutic for someone living with Alzheimer's or dementia. As humans, we have the instinct to nurture. We want to show affection, to give love, and to receive love. That need doesn't go away, even as memories deteriorate with dementia. Doll therapy can be a very effective way for a person with Alzheimer's to decrease stress and agitation. Holding something like a baby doll can be calming and soothing in itself, and is a great non-medicating way of calming an agitated patient. These dolls provide comfort and companionship, and they have been shown to improve communication. A doll can help a person who is non-verbalizing to initiate speech again, just as it did for Miss Annette. In part, it is part of the basic thought process to speak, hum, or sing to a baby in your arms. Many residents sing to my babies. That's one of my favorite interactions. Oftentimes, memories spark when a doll is placed in the arms of someone with Alzheimer's. Patients remember details about their own children when they were young, often bringing instant happiness and joy. Holding a doll can allow those with Alzheimer's to feel in control after having lost so much control in their lives already. I personally visit with many people that can't remember what they had for breakfast, yet they never forgot how to hold a baby. The nurturing instinct is strong, even for those who had never had children. This instinct is a big part of the reason that doll therapy is so effective. Humans, regardless of age, require physical activity and play. It is extremely crucial for the elderly and those suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's disease to be involved in life in whatever capacity. Many will ask, is doll therapy just sitting and cuddling a baby? The answer, basically yes. The physical aspect is the holding, rocking, and cuddling, but the emotional aspect dives even deeper. Holding a baby has been proven to release oxytocin, the feel-good hormone. The release of that hormone, coupled with the weight of a baby, similar to that of a weighted blanket, provides immediate comfort for many. Those with a form of dementia benefit highly for various reasons. Holding a baby brings them back to a time in their lives they remember, maybe bringing memories of their own children, or even growing up themselves with younger siblings. Most are usually happy memories. Caring for a baby can make the patient feel like they have a purpose in life. And for some, it is finding that companionship while remembering something familiar and being capable of having a conversation. This instinct is a big reason why this therapy is so successful. In a world that becomes increasingly unfamiliar to those with dementia, comfort objects such as blankets or clothing items can provide a distraction and added security to one that may need refuge, dolls included. Providing activities that are familiar helps to create a more predictable environment for those with Alzheimer's. Holding a baby is a magnificent way to engage people's hands and minds in an activity that helps calm anxiousness while also promoting movement, both of which are essential for keeping those with dementia healthy. Doll therapy is also a non-pharmacological intervention geared at comforting these folks while helping to reduce behavioral and psychological disorders. Familiarity can help reduce stress, anxiety, and undesirable behaviors, allowing those with dementia to feel comfortable and safe in their now confusing world. Dolls have a unique ability to brighten someone's day simply by holding them. Do the residents know that they are dolls? And if not, do you tell them? I'd say 85 to 90% of the people that I visit think my dolls are real babies. I have a rule following each resident's lead. For instance, when I arrive, I greet them and I tell them I brought a visitor. I don't just hand a person a doll. People don't like that responsibility imposed upon them. Instead, I hold the doll where they can easily see it and allow the individual to choose whether to take the responsibility of holding it or not. Some residents are a little more cautious and apprehensive and completely content with admiring the baby as I hold it, but most are quick to snatch the baby up quickly. I also leave it up to the resident to decide what they think about the doll. If they believe it's a real baby, I play right along with them. If they ask or mention that they think it's a doll, I'm honest and I tell them. I don't ever try to pull a fast one over on them. Alzheimer's disease results in increasing changes to the brain, cognitive function, and eventually to everyday life and activities. Progressive damage to the brain cells caused by Alzheimer's disease is the main underlying cause of memory loss and confusion. People with Alzheimer's develop abnormal deposits of proteins and fibers that build up around the brain cells. When this happens, the correct signals cannot be sent to other parts of the brain. For those clients with Alzheimer's, various changes can impact more than just the brain. They can begin to experience sensory changes, oftentimes vision being one of those changes. Because of their impaired ability to interpret what they see, they lose the ability to comprehend what is in front of them. The Alzheimer's mind plays tricks on the brain and causes a distorted sense of reality. Some will see the babies move, blink, or smile. Some will hear the baby sneeze or giggle. That is why many of those that have dolls are in fact real babies. Another question I get is, do the residents ever get concerned about the baby's well-being? Mm-hmm. So I have a story. We'll call this woman Terry. Terry was a retired labor and delivery nurse of 60 plus years ago. She had one of my babies that she was holding. It was a sleeping baby. And the fact that the eyes were closed and the baby was sleeping for an extended amount of time, Terry became a little concerned. Mm. Being a labor and delivery nurse as her career, Terry decided she was going to check for a pulse. And I see her little fingers go down to the wrist. And I said, oh boy. Yeah. My heart started pounding, like, oh geez. And I see her, wait a minute. And she looks, and then I see her look at me and she looks down at the baby. And very gently, she wrapped the baby up in the blanket so nicely and handed him back. And she said, I'm sorry, but he's gone.
Oh my gosh.
She was so cool, calm, and collective about it. Really just went right back to that role of, I'm sure she had to do that in her career.
Right.
I was just like, I had no words. So I was like, okay, that is something I need to, keep in mind. But other than that one time, it has never been an issue.
You've never had anybody say, you know, they're not moving or, you know, I think the baby
No,
is.
she was the only one.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep. And I've been doing this for a little over 5 years, so that's
Okay.
not a bad track record.
That's not, no, not.
So how do the residents react when I have to leave? I have a system that I use to gather the babies up for my group visits when they conclude. I get down to eye level with the residents holding the baby, and I usually rest my hand on theirs to get their attention. I look them in the eyes and I smile, even though that smile is hidden behind a mask. I let them know that it's time for me and the babies to head home to be fed, be changed, bathed, whatever. Usually this process goes very smoothly, and I assure the folks that I visited that I'll be back to visit again. It goes smoothly until it doesn't. At one visit, I had just packed up 4 of the 5 babies that I had brought for group therapy. As I went to retrieve the last baby, I could see baby Kip was being clutched onto tightly. I knelt down to eye level, ran my thumb across sweet Kip's forehead. "It's time for the baby's feeding," I said softly as I gestured to be handed the baby. And then it happened. I was hit square in the mouth. Luckily for me, these residents aren't lifting weights in their free time, and I didn't suffer any type of injury. What about giving residents their own babies? Since doll therapy has been shown to have such calming effects for those with Alzheimer's, I'm often told that all residents should have their very own baby so that comfort feeling never goes away. While the thought is nice, some residents can actually become overwhelmed having to care for a doll full time. Remember, to them, it's a real baby. This is where Reborns with Reasons comes in. I focus on visiting residents with my own babies to allow for the therapeutic benefits, but without the responsibility on the resident. My program has donated more than 60 dolls to date. A large percentage of those come from my annual 12 Dolls of Christmas giveaway. I've had to give a lot of thought about who I donate to, and even after much thought, sometimes my donations don't work out as planned. I'll give you an example. One resident who loves baby visits became a recipient of a donation doll. The first few hours were fine, but once she realized she was now solely responsible for her little being, she became distraught and sought out staff to take the baby back. This particular resident is much happier just visiting, and I'm okay with that. There are those that do thrive having their own baby to have access to around the clock, though. Another donation of an open-eyed baby went to another resident for her 100th birthday. She was in her glory, smiling all day, but staff noticed that this woman still wasn't sleeping during the wee hours of the night. She was waiting for the baby to fall asleep. Staff now has to take the baby to the nursery every night, and they reunite the two in the morning. And another time I failed to leave a bottle behind, and the resident became distraught hearing her baby would starve. Trial and error at its finest. And yes, I returned with a bottle. A few things when introducing doll therapy: communicate the purpose of the dolls for anyone else who may be providing care. Not everyone knows this therapy exists, and I really appreciate you letting me come and, give a little more information on it, because it is wonderful. Do not force a doll on any senior. Allow them to approach, hold, and be stimulated by the doll on their own time. Do not call the doll a doll. Instead, refer to it as a baby and allow the resident to decide if they think it's a doll. And be ready to answer any questions the residents have. These seniors are witty and no question is off limits. Trust me. Dementia has taught me there is nothing more valuable than the present time. We have little choice on how or when we die, but we can choose to make the most of our life right now. This is how I spend my time. And before I open up to any questions you may have, I want to leave you with a poem that I wrote. I come to visit weekly, looking forward to your face. You welcome me with smiles, full of thankfulness and grace. You sit and rock my babies, and we talk about your day. Sometimes we sit in silence when you have no words to say. I love to hear your stories of the good old days back then. We chat and laugh and giggle like we've been lifelong friends. I know you don't remember me each and every time, but I know I reside in your heart and you reside in mine.
Oh, that's very, very cool.
Thank you. So
I think we need to pass out some babies.
I think we need to pass out some babies too. All
right.
To hold some babies. All right.
What's your favorite?
This little guy.
So do you guys want to come pick
You
your
want to
own?
pick a baby or just want a random baby?
Come on up.
Yeah, come grab.
All the babies.
I want the tiny little one.
This one?
All right.
You want Juliet?
Yeah, the green.
This is Juliet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy?
Sullivan, that's Sullivan.
Sullivan. Oh my god. It really does feel. They smell like babies.
They are scented
Yep.
with
Yep.
baby powder. That's also another sensory piece to the therapy.
So lifelike, right? So where's the one with the little dry skin on the ankle?
That's little Juliet there.
Pull off the sock. Look at the little ankles.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
5 years.
Isn't the detail amazing?
That's my favorite one.
Yes. Yeah. So these dolls are all hand painted. They are pieces of artwork.
Yeah, where did you get that?
There's different artists all over the world. I have babies that have come from Russia. I have a baby that came from South Africa. Funny story with him, coming through customs. Customs thought he was a drug smuggler and cut open his bottom to see what he was with. So yes, that was quite an experience.
Poor thing.
I know.
So you don't make these, somebody else does?
Yeah, I get them. I don't make them. I am not an artist at all. I wish I could.
Oh, it has a bracelet.
Yeah, she has a hospital bracelet.
Oh my god.
So yeah, they're all hand painted. The ones that have actual hair, it is hand rooted one piece at a time with a fine needle. Ones with painted hair are very easy maintenance.
I'd love to be able to get a picture of all of you
With a
holding the
baby?
babies. Yes. So you know what, Jamie, you hold one as well.
Let's just wait till she wakes up.
All right.
Yeah, this one it has a hat, so.
Oh, well.
That has a little bond. Sophie and Stephanie, come over here for a second.
Yeah.
I got one table.
George, do you want to grab one? George, which one?
You had one?
Oh, yeah. George,
Did you disappear?
Come here. Come here, George.
Cute.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Nice.
Yeah,
All right. Actually, Stephanie, come on over on the other side just so I could even it out a little bit. All right. You know what? I'm gonna have you move a little bit that way, and Lynn, yeah, everybody move a little bit closer. Perfect. But really though, right? Let me just do this. I can't believe how real to life these guys are. All right, everybody smile. You could either look at the baby or you could look at the camera. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing, right? So this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one with the little hat. Look at the little hat. Look at this little outfit. I would totally dress my baby like this, right?
Yeah, Stephanie and Sophie, you gotta take care of it for a week.
Yeah, right.
Mom's in training.
We do get selfie with it.
Another question I get a lot is, do they like the overnight or the sleeping babies better? And I thought that the sleeping babies would be more realistic, because
So
it
we're
just
gonna
looks
do
like a
this.
sleeping baby, but I'm finding they actually prefer the awake babies because they can interact
Isn't it crazy?
with their
You
awake
could put them
baby.
right down. I'm gonna do this for the camera. Hold on, where's the camera, you guys? You guys on the screen, can you believe that though? I mean, tell me that doesn't look like a little tiny sleeping baby.
Oh,
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Hold on, I'll grab another one. Actually, bring her in front.
Grab Katie's. Which one is, all right, hold on.
oh, adorable.
All right. All right, hold on. Now, this is a newbie, right? Where are we? Oh, wait a minute, I gotta do it this way.
Oh,
All the
Wow.
markings on the face. So now I wonder if you could see this. Hold on a second. What I was saying is the little ankles have little dry skin. Do you see this?
oh,
And then hold on. And it's even got a little bracelet for mommy.
oh,
Isn't that crazy?
oh, they're too cute.
They're amazing, absolutely amazing.
So, could I ask a question? So, if someone gets the baby with the dry skin or the baby with eyeglasses, is that an issue for them? Do they feel badly about that?
They love the baby with the glasses. She draws a lot of attention. I have been asked if she has a prescription for the glasses. And the baby with the dry skin, I have been told that Nivea cream will clear that right up. So they pick up
Okay.
on it, but it's not an issue.
Oh, wow. That's great.
That one is Vivian. Yes.
How many do you bring like at a time with you?
It depends on the facility I'm visiting and what size group they have. I try to make it so where people don't have to wait an extended period of time to get their hands on a baby, or where they're only holding it for a couple minutes and then
Yeah.
have to take it. So it really depends on the facility, but I usually bring anywhere from 5 to 10.
So where do you transport them so they don't see them like coming out back?
I have the stroller that I bring
So
a
you do it,
lot.
like,
Yeah.
separately?
Yeah, well, I pile them in. They don't even,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I pile them all in.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
There's so many babies in this world.
I know.
Cool. I love how like,
They're weighted, so they feel like real babies. Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing? And then she gets to go, like she said, she gets to go and shop for them and buy clothes for them and,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
what's your favorite baby story?
I go to Once Upon a Child all
Okay.
the time, just because it's so super inexpensive, but has really cute stuff.
Okay.
Yep,
That's a good idea.
yeah, I do. I love shopping for them. I love, especially like holiday time, getting them, holiday clothes, and always like to switch up the wardrobes. But it's
And
hard because they don't ever outgrow their clothes, so that means I have to get rid of some, otherwise I have way too many.
So adorable.
Yeah, thank you.
This is amazing, right? Does anybody else have any other questions?
I
No.
just have one. Do they always want the same baby? Like you give them a baby, but do they, or do they not remember the baby they had last time?
They don't remember it from visit to visit, but sometimes when they get a hold of one baby, they don't want to share that baby for another baby during that session. So they may not remember which one they had from the previous visit, but once they get their hands on a baby, sometimes someone will say, oh, I want to hold the one with the glasses. And someone that is holding this one and says, well, I don't want to give her away. So yeah.
Do they usually like the older ones or the younger ones?
It depends. Yeah, it depends. And the older ones are weighted a little bit heavier. So for somebody who has a harder time holding the heavier weight, a smaller one would be, because she's close to 6 pounds,
Wow.
where this little preemie here, she's more around 3. So. Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
I have, my smallest one is 14 inches. So he's teeny tiny, and my biggest one is 28 inches. So she's a toddler. And she doesn't go very often because she does weigh 12 pounds. So she's heavy. But I find that the gentlemen really, really enjoy the bigger babies, or the toddler, I should say, because they get afraid, of the infants. But, the toddler, they just really, really enjoy.
Are you just in Western Massachusetts?
So I live in Enfield, so I do a lot of visiting in like the greater Hartford area, Western Mass area. Usually I try to stay within like 45 minutes of Enfield in either direction, any direction.
Do you have any dogs of color?
I do. I have an Asian an Asian baby at home, and I have an African-American baby, and I have a biracial baby.
Okay.
They just went on visits yesterday, so they haven't had their baths yet, because they all do get washed, washed down, they get stripped of their clothes and blankets, everything gets washed, sanitized. That's a lot of work.
Mm.
Wash them with any special soap.
Just a mild baby soap, just because they are hand painted,
Yeah.
any harsh chemicals would strip their paint. So just soap and water on the babies. That's why I try to during visits, keep them wrapped in a blanket, so it's minimizes, the touching of the actual vinyl.
The one with the glasses is
Yeah,
adorable,
yeah.
right?
So cute.
I know.
She's waving at me. She says, thanks.
My favorite is the one with the little hat with the two pom-poms. She,
If you could be a French coach with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And smile.
amazing, amazing, right? And it really, when I was actually sitting in Andrea's office and I was watching one of the residents when you were there, I forget her name. She doesn't smile very often. She was all smiles. She was laughing and cooing with the baby. It was
Yep.
amazing to watch her
Yeah.
transform from her being very quiet and usually asleep in the living
Right.
room.
Yeah, I've been told by some staff members that my program is the only program some residents visit. They said they will not get out of bed, not even for bingo, but yet we tell them the babies are coming and they are up and cannot wait.
Even,
That's
the last time
amazing.
we visited, there was a lady who was dedicated for Gigi and she loved it.
Yes.
Literally loved it. So
Yes.
I saw the whole side of her, so.
Yeah, there was a facility I visited yesterday, did a group therapy, and they had a resident come and she was just the happiest person, enjoying the babies. And, I had made comments about her and they said, this is not how she normally is. They said she is swearing at people, she is trying to hit people.
Yeah,
And I was like, I would have never, ever guessed.
that's
how she
amazing.
behaved.
But that's
It
the
just-
benefits of doll therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
We have the sensory room in our garden level. We do have babies that I had a blast purchasing. However, they are not.
I think.
Like
last time you
this.
Came in, I showed you
Yes.
one of ours, but we have the crib in the.
Yeah,
They're-
I think that, and do a lot of people go in there?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So-
We have a few
That's great.
fake dogs. Well, not, I shouldn't say fake, but they're dogs, and they really like them as well, so.
Yeah.
I get a few of them walking around with a huge German shepherd that's like 4 feet tall.
That's hysterical. Yeah.
I love it, I love it.
Will react to these babies.
What's that?
Will men react to these?
Certain men, there's definitely a lot more women that enjoy them, but there are a handful of men that I visit that the babies just melt their hearts.
That would be my husband.
That's- yeah.
Yeah, my husband and little girls. No, it sounds weird when I say it like that. He loves, he loves little girls. And I can't even imagine if we have a granddaughter, I'm gonna have no money left, no time left. I can only imagine. But I can only imagine that, husbands and fathers, I mean,
Yeah,
they also would react. My husband would absolutely be one of them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And that they just watching the men, I just have such a soft spot in my, soft spot in
Yeah.
my heart for the men. I see them and it's like, oh, it
yeah,
just melts me.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so great, right? I mean, it's amazing. And like I said, I've seen the difference that you can make in somebody's life just by having these
Yeah.
dolls.
And I've been told that the effect of the dolls lasts longer than even my presence does, that I could be at a therapy session for an hour and then leave, but the benefits last for hours and hours throughout the day. They'll say they'll be talking about these babies and their demeanor has changed for the entire afternoon. And that,
Nice.
that's the part I don't see. And when I hear about it, it's like, wow, that's powerful.
Great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're glad that you're here today to explain a little bit more. And then we've also had you come in for doll therapy. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, we're very excited for that also.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody wants to get a hold of you online, of course, I'm gonna read. So it's Reborns with Reasons, right? Doll therapy. Jamie Beebe, again, is the founder. Her number, if you wanted to get a hold of her to book her for your communities, 860-559-9406. And the email is reborns with an S with reasons also an S, @gmail.com. She's also got a Facebook page. So if you search her on Facebook, you could get a hold of her as well, but write down the name and the number, and maybe you could have her go to your community also.
Is
You had a
there
question?
fee for the hour software?
Currently, for the rest of this year, no.
Oh.
Nope, I'm starting, in January is when I'm starting my new endeavor, becoming an LLC, and then there will be a fee for those visits.
Okay.
Yep, up until now, for the past 5 years, I've done it all volunteer.
Wow.
And it
Wow.
got down to, where I'm like, okay, I gotta go back to work. I go back to
Well,
work.
that, and you
Right.
gotta pay for the dolls. The dolls are not
They're expensive,
inexpensive, you
yeah.
guys. The dolls are,
Really, it's the gas money. The gas money is what gets me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like, I either go back to work and I not do this. I'm like,
right,
you know what if I make this my work?
Yeah.
Right.
Hardly any work. It's so enjoyable. Can't
absolutely.
get any better than that.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's what they say, right? Do what you love and you don't work a day in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and I had mentioned my 12 dolls of Christmas giveaway,
Yeah.
and I would love to donate to Ruth's house this Christmas to be a recipient
Oh.
for a doll for your sensory room.
Oh, thank you very, very
You're
much.
welcome.
If
You're
you stay in
welcome.
my office. Folks there.
We need staff therapy dolls too, right?
Right, right. Oh, thank you very, very
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I know it'll be so loved,
They
you
really
know.
will love that.
Yeah.
I can't-
Excellent.
That's amazing.
Do any of your dolls have disabilities or illness?
No, they do make dolls with Down syndrome that have the features of Down syndrome. A lot of people ask if this one is special needs. She's not meant to be. I don't know if it's the glasses. I don't know, I don't see it, but I've been asked that by numerous people.
I'm wondering if it would be where, if they feel very compelled to where they're taking care of them, if there's a disability, if they would even get more nervous, because
Right.
now they wouldn't, I wonder if that's why, right? It might be a little bit harder to care for somebody,
Yeah,
being, because the folks with the Alzheimer's and dementia, they're already a little bit compromised. So
Right.
then to have somebody, like you said,
Something,
some of the
yeah.
folks were freaking out a little bit, like they couldn't care for them.
right. Yeah, some people ask me about like sound boxes, where they have them cry, and it's like, you wouldn't want to impose that on somebody with Alzheimer's. A crying
Right.
baby would just,
Right.
be really stressful.
When I was a little
Right.
girl, they used to have baby dolls where you could fill it with hot water.
Yes, the water
It
babies.
would be like warm. I remember that. I had an elephant outfit I would talk about.
Aw.
That's sweet.
Yeah, these dolls don't leak, although I have been told, I've had babies that have been sitting on somebody's lap and they'll pick them up and they said, I think they peed on me.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Let me
adorable.
go
Oops.
change them. Yeah, you never know what anyone's gonna say at any time. I mean, I've been asked
Right.
the craziest of questions, stuff I was totally never prepared for, and it's like, I gotta put that one on the list to make sure I have an answer.
Right,
They
right,
catch
right.
you off guard,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this was a special treat for us, and an even more special treat now that we get to be the recipient of a donor baby. I'm very excited about that, really excited.
Take good care of them.
I know you will.
Yeah, I think she knows we will. And then what I also want to do, we've got actually somebody just coming into, that's interesting. So she's a little late, but better late than never. We'll bring her in. I don't think I'll have her, I've got a raffle, Carlene E. Fisher Hoffman. The Clutter Doctor was nice enough to donate the raffle prize for today, which is, hold on. Where's my phone? You actually told me what is in it. Do you remember what's in it offhand? All right, tell me what's in it.
It's like a little mini spa package. So it's a foot roller, some peppermint cream, some cute heavy winter fuzzy socks with owls on them, and a sleep mask.
Mhm.
So you can rest while you roll. Rest and roll.
Perfect. So hang on for a second, and I am going to get my little wheel up. Let me see. I've got a raffle wheel for you guys that have done this before. Hang on a second. There's my wheel of names. And I think I actually have everybody that was here. Hang on a second. Let me do a share screen. hold on. Where's my Zoom? Zoom here, and then share screen. Wheel of names. All right, can everybody see it? All right. And we get to spin. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, Mary Kate. Oh, isn't that hysterical? Mary Kate, you are still here, correct?
Yes, I am.
You are. Okay, great. So now I'm wondering, are you local or are you in Eastern Mass?
I live in JP, Boston. I work in Braintree.
All right, so I'm wondering if I actually, because I have a gift certificate, so I didn't know that Carlene was going to be able to bring in a gift. So what I did is I also have a gift certificate to TJ Maxx Marshall's Home Goods.
Oh, thank you very much.
So what I can do is if you can just email me a mailing address and I will pop that in the mail to you.
Wow, very nice surprise. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I'll do that.
All right, perfect. And what we'll do is, if you don't mind, we'll save this, or do you want to, we want to do another one? Do another one? All right, hold on. All right, all right, we'll do it again. All right, well, all right. I can't help that. Basically, if I just, okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, and Randy's not here. Is it going to be, oh, no, wait, is it Carol? It's Carol.
Whoa!
So I know
Wow.
we're close enough that we could actually meet halfway and I could get this to you.
Oh, great, great.
Perfect. All right. So Mary Kate, you need to make sure that you email me your address.
Yeah,
And
I
I'll-
will.
Perfect. And then Carol, we'll have to be in touch and we'll meet halfway for a coffee somewhere and I'll bring you your gift. that
Oh, I
Carly-
love it.
nice
I'd love
enough
it.
to be able to pre-package for us and everything.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what am I getting now?
You're going to get the spa package.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll come barefoot because I'll look forward to those socks.
Perfect. Perfect. And then there's got to be Home Goods and TJ Maxx out by you too, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Carol, you're close enough because you're more central, but actually Mary Kate is more Boston area. There's got to be
Right.
TJ Maxx and Home Goods out there, correct? Mary Kate? Yes?
Yes, yes, there are.
Perfect. Okay, excellent. All right. Well, everybody, I want to thank you all for coming. I really appreciate everybody that was here. Jamie, this was amazing. I really, it was very fun. People don't know when they're talking about doll therapy, you know, people think that's crazy. You're treating the elders and the folks with Alzheimer's and dementia like kids, like children. You shouldn't be. And it's like, oh, you need to understand doll therapy first before you start saying that. So this was very good for us to have. And I will recommend you to other communities
I appreciate that.
when there's also questions, when the families think that that's not the appropriate thing to do. Let's show them it is.
Yep.
So again, thank you everybody for coming. It was great to see everybody. I look forward to seeing you again. I will have you on the email list next month. Because the third Wednesday is December 21st, it was too close to the holidays. We are going to skip December. I wish everybody happy holidays, and I will make sure everybody gets a new 2023 calendar so they can put the dates aside for the lunch and learns that we will be sharing next year. Okay? Everybody, thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. Great program.
You.
Happy holidays.